Now, the next thing I want to show you is how to put in a zipper. Now, a lot of people shy away from putting in zippers. With the setup on the Luminaire, it's super easy to do. As you've seen, that the laser lights will actually help us stitch a straight line. So I've just got 2 pieces of fabric here together. I have sewn my 5/8 seam allowance, and I've done a basting line down to where the end of my zipper is. I've secured it, and then I've done regular stitching, or 2.5. And I've pressed this open. So here is my standard 7-inch zipper. Right? And the nice thing about this is that if they don't have the size you want, if you get a longer one, you just sew over the end here. This is all plastic. The needle can easily go through it. The needle cannot go through the stopper, so you always want to make sure you're clear of that. So the nice thing about always buying an extra long zipper is when we typically put in a zipper, right? So here's my back, and you have your zipper pull, right? It tends to always be in the way. So when you go to stitch down 1A, you have to move this down, stitch, then move it up. So one tip is that if you buy a longer zipper than you need, you don't have to worry about moving the zipper tab. So so here's where my securing stitches are. So I want to make sure that my metal piece here is below there. And as you can see, my zipper pull is way off the end here. So I want to make sure that my teeth are right in the middle of my seam allowance. Now, you want to use your embroidery tape for this. They have wash away tape, which would be wonderful because then you just put some water on it and it dissolves. Or just tearaway tape, and I'm using tearaway tape. So let's go ahead, make sure everything is lined up. And I'm going to use this tape. Having embroidery tape in your sewing kit is essential. I'm surprised with the amount of things I find to use it with. Right? Let's put another little piece there. And another piece there. I like shorter pieces as opposed to one big long one. It's kind of like saran wrap. If you pull off too big of a piece of saran wrap, it wraps all around. Okay, so everything is taped. Now my zipper pull, I can feel it there, the thickness. So I'm just going to use my chalk pencil to make sure I turn before there. So my metal piece is here. Okay, I can feel it, so I just put a mark in there. Okay, so we need to change our foot. We need to have our zipper foot, which is the I foot. Now, we can move our needle to be on the left side or the right side. I tend to always put my needle to the right, but if you're left-handed, go right ahead. So let's put this on. Now my lasers are lined up from my previous stitching, which I think might be a little too close. So you can see the green. My green laser is, if I put it right on my basting line here, that's stitching a little too close to my teeth. I can go further over here. So I'm going to set up my lasers so they work appropriately. So if we look over on my screen here, my green line is my main one. And I have that about it looks about a 1/4 inch apart. So if I move this over, it's actually moving both lines. So you want to line up the green line first. Then I'm going to go to the subline. Now I can move my red line over to where I would like to be stitching. And you'll notice that the green one stays right where it would be, right on that line there. Let's go one more. So that's 6 millimeters apart, which is that just about bang on where I'd like to be. Right. So I'm clearing the teeth, because I can feel my teeth here. Right. Now, as long as I keep my green line right on the center of my basting line, my zipper will stitch straight. So let's go ahead. Let's just use our flywheel to make sure we have enough clearance on our zipper foot. Yes, we do. So I'm really just paying attention to my green line here. My red line is actually of no value to me right now. It's my green line that I'm watching till I come all the way down here. So when I hit my chalk mark, I want to stop, needle down, turn my fabric. Now keep in mind that my metal tab is in here, and I'm going to count the number of stitches that are needed to get to the center line. So 1, 2, 3, almost 3.5. So 1, 2, 3. So just to test that out, it looks like I need to go one more. Oh, look at that, bang on. See my laser lined up right on there. So let's go ahead. Remember, I'm only watching the green line. I'm not even paying attention to my needle. Take your time stitching your zipper because you don't want to do it twice or 3 times. Now you have a perfectly stitched zipper. See, with the laser, it's equidistance on each side. And then on the back, you just pull off your tape. And before you cut this off here, right, you're just going to push this down here. Now you can cut it off. But you didn't have to deal with a zipper tab